Hey, what's up, guys? It's Monday, March 18th. We're at Merchant's Millpond. I just put in. It's about 10:30, and I'm already just blown away by how cool this place is. There's cypress trees left and right. The water's super calm. It's like a sheet of glass. Really great reflection on it. It's just really, really beautiful place. So anyways, we have some really great camping weather. It's in the low 50s right now. It's going down into the 30s tonight. I packed pretty heavy for that. One thing that I'm keeping my eye out for is alligators. Apparently this is the northernmost territory for alligators in the United States. Really like to see one. It's not too close. There's a lot of turtles. A lot of turtles. They're all kind of hanging out on the logs. And there's a lot of Spanish moss hanging from the cypress trees. Really quiet. Wow. I really like North Carolina so far. So since this is a state park, you can't just camp anywhere. There's designated camp spots. And to help you find them, the Park Service has made water trails using buoys. I chose, and I gotta say, like, their website is tops. I was able to see what campsites were available, which also allowed me to see how many people I was camping around. Because not only do I get out here to get away from people, I also wouldn't want to be recording around other people because that would be weird for them and probably weird for me. But anyways, I was able to find a camp spot that, at least as of this morning, no one is camping around. And I'm going to be following these orange buoys to the paddle-in campsite. Looks like we're coming up to the campsite now. I've not been here long, but I think what I'm going to do is unload the boat and do some exploring. So without realizing that I could simply paddle to this campsite, I took a short hike through the woods with my gear. It wasn't bad though, maybe 100 yards or so. Past campsite 1, I'm staying at 2. There are pit toilets somewhere. I've yet to look for them, but this is a really. I mean, they have it set up pretty nice here. Let me show you around the site. Have fire pits set out. picnic tables. So no need to bring, no need to have to bring my camping chair or anything like that. And it's right on the water. You can see the Spanish moss hanging off of the trees. It's a really interesting environment. I dig it. I really do. The water is so flat, so calm, that it had to have been the easiest paddling I've ever done. It was really, really great. So I think I'm going to set my hammock up between this tree and that tree over there. And I guess I'll make myself at home, get all set up, and then do some exploring. I got a little chilled last week when I went to Shackleford Banks. So today I packed pretty heavily as far as comfort goes. My sleep system is the Wookiee underquilt. It's rated for 20 degrees. I have a sleeping bag liner. It's a Reactor Extreme. It's supposed to add like 25 degrees to your sleep system. I have a summer bag by REI. It's the travel sack. It's good down to like 50 degrees. But you can also use it as a sleeping bag liner. I have a 30-degree blanket by Wind Trial and inflatable pillow, which I will never camp without. I love this thing. There's really no science behind it. Just make sure the tarp covers the head and foot end so that if it rains, water doesn't just come into the hammock. And I'll just get up close and show you the straps. So here you can see the hammock suspension going up to the tree and how the tarp suspension goes around the tree strap. So admittedly, I've never tried a continuous ridge line on a tarp. I don't see a reason to. I don't feel like there's too much strain on the tarp itself to maintain the tension, and these things are built to do this kind of stuff. So I may at some point switch to a continuous ridge line, but for now I don't see any reason to change the system that I'm working with. This is the Super Flag tarp, so it does come with, like, doors on the end. This will be my first time sleeping underneath it, but I also opted to get the ridgeline poles that go into these little grommets here to help lift just give you more room inside the shelter. So this is what it looks like inside. That's the head end. You guys are at the foot end. These doors over here are closed. I'm gonna leave these ones open just for access, but I'll probably close them for the evening when I go to bed. I'm looking forward to spending my first night under this tarp. I'm really impressed with the amount of room that those poles give. But it's going on 2 o'clock, so I think it's about time to collect some firewood and go for a paddle. All in all, about 20 minutes worth of wood. Some of it's a little punky, but it'll burn nonetheless. I got some good pieces in there too, along with some tinder and kindling that came off the larger pieces. It's starting to look a little gray, so that's why I put it under the tarp rather than near the fire pit. There's a large tree that's down, so it wasn't difficult finding it. That's one of the nicer things about coming out this time of year. Aside from there being fewer people out and about, there's more wood on the ground that hasn't been picked over. So that's good. I'm hoping for a slow roll in the morning, so I might get more. But I would like to get out on the water for a little bit longer, and that's what I intend to do. It definitely looks and feels like rain, but with how beautiful and alien this place feels, I couldn't stay on land any longer than I had to. So I wanted to come out and explore a little bit more. So I've been paddling around here for a while. Got lost for a little bit, but found my way back. Been keeping my eye out for alligators. I don't know if they hibernate or what. I thought they might come out and bask in the sun, but then again, there's no sun. But still keep my eye out for them nonetheless. This is probably the most beautiful place I've paddled, and I can only imagine it's, that much prettier when the trees are in bloom. But it's got a very alien feel to it. This is I've never been paddling somewhere like this, and I mean I've done a fair amount of traveling, and I've never been to a cypress swamp or Millpond before. So I'm really looking forward to coming back when there's some leaves on the trees. It's a very eerie feeling to be out here, all by myself. I've not seen anyone else, and usually that does, I mean, it's not bothering me. It's an eerie feeling because it's such a foreign environment. Man, I love this. So it's about 4 o'clock. I got in from that paddle about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. Just enough time to get everything kind of buttoned up around camp, and it started to drizzle a little bit. So figured I'd take this time to kind of get my bedding situated. Maybe take a nap depending on how bad the rain gets, and take it from there. But I got a real good lay. I like having a ridge line in the hammock. Helps me tell if it's like without even laying down, I know whether I have the hammock set right just by the tension on the ridge line. But I'm gonna get everything situated in here for the night, and hopefully the rain will hold off for a while so I can have a fire, cook some dinner. So it's about 5:30. Yeah, 5:30, and it's still raining. And the skies are just getting darker and darker. So I'm going to use this opportunity to start a fire, cook my dinner, and before it just gets too nasty out here. So for dinner, I brought long grain wild rice, asparagus, and of course steak. I brought some aluminum foil to wrap the asparagus in. I'll pour a little bit of water in it to steam it. But I'm lucky I woke up when I did, because those clouds over yonder are not looking very welcoming. So it's really kind of starting to rain now, but luckily I was able to get the fire going hot enough, and this is not the most comfortable eating arrangement I've ever had, but I gotta tell you, it's not bad. I'm sitting on the logs that I cut earlier, and having my steak and asparagus. Yum yum. Some rice going. So, no complaints. I was able to cook without getting too wet. And could be a whole lot worse. So I'm going to try to do what I can to get comfortable in here. And as always, I'll catch up with you guys after I eat like a barbarian. About 7:15, the rain finally stopped. I don't trust that it has stopped entirely for the night, so I'm going to use this chance to relight the fire, warm up a little bit, change into some extra layers, and call it an early evening, I think. So it's about 7:45 now. Just Just made myself a spotted tea. Listening to frogs croaking. I don't know if you can hear that. And warming up by the fire. I put some long johns on, and a merino wool base layer up top, along with the other clothes that I was wearing earlier. Nothing that I wore today got wet, and I didn't get sweaty. So I will change my socks though into some thicker wool socks. So there's no reason why I should get cold tonight. If I get cold tonight with the layers that I have on and the sleep system that I brought, then I have no business being out here. But it's hard to say whether it looks like any more rain is coming through. There's a break in the clouds way over there in the sunset. So maybe that'll be it. No dessert tonight. I did bring something to eat, but I think I might save it for the morning. I'd like to take my time rolling out tomorrow. This is just such a lovely place, and it's so nice to have it all by myself, so might as well enjoy it while I can. So that's what I'm going to do. Get out of the smoke here. I hope you guys are all having a nice night tonight, and I will catch you in the morning. Morning. It's about 7:30. Slept super good last night. Stayed plenty warm, and slept longer than I thought I was going to, which is good. I'm going to start a bit of a fire this morning. Start packing up camp. It's cloudy out. Some fog on the water. It's really pretty. Really pretty way to start the day. It's about 8:30. Got camp pretty much good and broken down. I just have to pack it up. Waiting for the fire to die down. And it got me to thinking that one of the unsung heroes of my gear is this good old IKEA bag. They're super cheap. And anytime, like when I'm loading the car, unloading the car, or just trying to keep things organized around camp, I could just throw stuff in there, and at least everything is disorganized in one area. It also helps a lot whenever, like if I have a short portage or something to do, I could just throw my gear in there, and they're dirt cheap, super light, and you roll it up and throw it wherever. I don't know if it's waterproof. I have used it to like go collect wood. I've used it to keep wood relatively dry at camp. I put it through its paces, and I don't have any holes in it or anything like that. So there's a little camping hack for you. So I'm going to finish wrapping things up around here and hit the water. Definitely a slow roll this morning. I'm in no hurry, although I would like to get back to cell service. I know there's some people back in Pittsburgh that probably are worried about me. But I'll definitely be coming back to this spot. This is the camping was great. The paddle was phenomenal. I don't, I can see the other campsites, but I reckon when there's some foliage on the trees, you wouldn't really be able to see people unless you were looking for them. And there's the spots are pretty spacious. So if you come, this is the canoe-in sites. This isn't the group sites, but you come with 2 or 3 people, you have plenty of space to get around. Yeah. Mid-March. 9:30. We are back on the water, trying to find the orange buoys to make our way back to the vehicle. So, when I first got here, and the lady at the visitor center said, follow the buoys, I thought to myself, what is this? Official price, my first paddling trip, I gotta follow buoys? But after having paddled for a bit, I can see why. It would be very easy to get turned around in here. This is easily my favorite flat water paddle that I've ever done. A little bummed I didn't see an alligator. I get these little lizards on my balcony, green anoles. So I was kind of thinking if those guys are out catching sun, maybe alligators would be too, and they might be. I know they're out there. In any event, I'll catch them next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you guys. I appreciate it if you stuck around this long. And I will catch you on the next one.